Welcome everyone to the Nerd Nook. I'm your host, Evan Teague. With me, like always, is Noah Bailey. So, last week, the new Clone Wars style Star Wars show, Maul, Shadow Lord, premiered, and then there's been two more episodes this week. I've only seen episode 3, but you've seen all 4. Um,
hmm
and yeah, we're going to start by talking about that. What are your just initial thoughts on this show?
It's man, I the obligatory. Wow, the Clone Wars art style looks so good.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, man. Every time we see it in something new, it just looks a little bit better. And this is another example of that. It just looks really good. The way they do lighting, or
Hmm.
like the rain in the city, or like just how everything works well is really good. I also like, I like how they're setting this up. It's like it's almost like a crime. It's like almost like crime mob boss thing setting up. They're
Hmm.
like putting the families against each other, and oh, you called this. No, you called this meeting, and then it's like, no, neither of you did. Now let's let them kill each other, and then we'll settle the problem. And
Hmm.
I like. Well, I think it's really awesome how Maul still has he still has his loyalists. He still has his Mandalorian army. He's got his
Hmm.
Night Brothers. He's still got a great, he's still got like a mini army here. It's not as great as it once was, but like, I mean, he's still got a whole lot going on here. And it's, it's hard because it's like in the grand scheme, it's like, okay, but what's really the plan? Because it's like, what, you're going to take on the Emperor and then all his armies with what, 10, 15 Mandalorians? I mean, come on, bro.
Yeah, that is kind of an issue just in general with writing a prequel. Period. Like, yeah, the art style is good. You know, the Maul's character is really good. We'll get more into that later. But what is the end game of this
Yeah.
show? Like, is there plans for multiple seasons? Is it just like a one and done thing? And like, what is the climax? Like, how do you make this pocket of Star Wars meaningful in that way? I'm curious to see where they plan on going with it.
Yeah, kind of like it's hard because you see the steps in front of you, like, oh yeah, he gets back with the Pikes and all these people and gets his get back, but it's also like, okay, but he's kind of like building this for influence or to fight the Empire or like join make like it's interesting when he talks to that like Twilight girl where he's
Mhm.
like, he's trying to basically like recruit her, like, yeah, you used to be part of something, you got thrown away, I was a part of
Mhm.
something. Kind of the same way he was talking to Ahsoka back in Clone Wars,
Yeah.
trying to like, we're not so different, you and I, type. And it's like, but it's hard. I think his argument's a lot stronger now that the Empire's actually like risen,
Yeah.
but it's still just kind of like, I don't know, man. Like, you're still Darth Maul.
Yeah.
like,
You still are definitely very, very much a bad dude.
yeah, it's like, yeah, like we might have forgotten, but I'm not just gonna go crazy. But I mean, then again, she might. Who knows? But
Yeah, in at least supposedly in George Lucas's like planned episode 9, like there's apparently like a someone at some point leaked like here's what George Lucas would have made his episode 7, 8, 9. Apparently his episode 9 would have involved Maul and a Twilight apprentice lady. So this might be like kind of remnants of that idea,
maybe.
maybe. But at the
I
same time, you
mean,
know that she can't survive too long because, like, I guess Ahsoka did survive well into, well past the
oh,
Empire
it's like,
falling, so it's possible.
it's like either she won't survive or won't be around or something.
Yeah.
Whether they cross paths or not. But I mean, maybe they're just teasing at that. But it's like, we'll see where this goes. But it's still very enjoyable to watch. I love Maul doing anything is just
Yes.
great these days.
His theme basically just being a version of
Yes.
it's just like
It's
he just
so
shows up and then he just the choir starts singing. That's just so good.
good. I was like, oh, that like. it's so interesting because it's like, that makes so much sense. Why didn't we think of that earlier? Like, that makes total sense. Like, that's his theme music. He's just,
Mhm.
Duel of the Fates is just his theme. And it's like,
He got his own little like hallway scene with like Vader
yes.
did.
He had like multiple. Like, there
Yeah.
are multiple times in this show already where he's just a line of people. And then Maul's just like, well, people need to stop living. And he just does a thing. And
Mhm.
in the coolest way possible, with as many style points as available, he makes
Yep.
it happen.
Yeah. Just I love it so much when a character can be in any kind of combat scenario and they're just in control of the fight the entire time. Like him just
Yes.
messing with that girl while he was fighting her, like totally showing like he could have killed her at multiple points and like like
Like, it's
one
such the
hand behind
power
his back.
move. Literally, and it's such the power move. He does all this and all that, and like she's fighting him, and then at the last one, he's just like, "Oh, I need that lightsaber." By the way,
Yeah.
like, bro could have taken that at any moment.
Hmm. Um, the one character I don't like I'm not fully on board with at this point is that like police chief character. Like I
Yeah,
don't know exactly like what his role was like that. That guy. I know you can't just have it be only crime syndicate stuff the entire time, but I don't know. I could just very much see a possibility of his storyline being less interesting and not really going anywhere.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I feel like his storyline kind of has already, at least initially, man, most of his course. He's like, no, the Empire, we don't want them here because the Empire's bad. Which, like, it's interesting because, like, we know that.
We know
But
that.
it's like, okay, why does he know that? Like, what's going on? But it's like, oh, his like ex-wife or whatever works for them, and like, oh, well, I guess
But
that
but
probably.
is it a thing where he doesn't want to deal with it because he doesn't want to deal with her, or does he not want to deal with her because he doesn't respect her because she joined the Empire?
I don't know, and I guess that's like part of it. But it's also like, well, I mean, we all saw the trailer, so we know the Empire's eventually going to show up. But it's also
Yeah.
just like it's one of those things that's hard because like in the back of your head, you're like, if the Empire shows up, it's like, well, who they gonna send though? Because if
It
they send Vader, it's like,
it is kind of cool that like
sold,
when that
100%.
droid was talking to him, he's like, back in similar situations, I would call the Republic, and they would send a Jedi to handle it.
Yep.
I feel like I should call it the Empire. They should send somebody. Are they going to send Vader? Are they going to send one of the Inquisitors, or like what's
Like, it's interesting because I'm like, if I'm the Emperor and I hear Maul's still alive, first of all, I'm like, really?
him?
Again? But I'm also like, yeah, I wouldn't play around. Like, because especially like last time this happened and he found out Maul was doing his thing, he's like, all right, we're not playing around. We're just gonna walk in, take him down, no questions asked, and very much put belt to butt. But I feel like this time, I feel like just because it's Maul show, they're probably just gonna send an Inquisitor or something,
Yeah.
some no-name Inquisitor, and they're like, he's like, ugh, you don't even use my lightsaber right, or some snarky remark of some kind, and
Hmm.
then defeats them, and then who knows, but I think it's interesting enough with the character now. I actually did like the relationship between the police chief and the like, was it Two Bits or Two Boots, the
The
robot?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, I love that robot.
Yeah, I was saying their relationship was actually really solid. I thought that was really cool because
Mm.
there's very few times, even in Star Wars, like person and droid relationships. A lot of times I'm kind of like, whatever. But other times I'm like, ooh, like
Like a
okay, this
droid
is a
actually
real
kind of having a mind of its own, like going against its master. Like that's
right.
interesting. I
I
dig that.
like it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, okay, I can actually get behind this. This is pretty
Mm.
solid. So interested to see how that goes. I'm also interested with that, the girl and her master, see if they, what do they end up doing? What do they end up deciding?
Hmm.
Do they throw hands? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what
Yeah.
are we? Because at the end of the day, it's like, Well, theoretically, if you bring enough police force and then the two of them try to fight Maul, I mean, they probably won't win, but they might have a chance.
Maybe. I don't
Because,
know.
like, it's hard because it's like, from the Jedi perspective, there's no winning. Because it's like, best case scenario, even if we do beat Maul, the Empire shows up and then we're dead anyway.
Yeah.
So part of me is like, we just leave, but it's,
Do you rather team up with him or do you like
do you really
just
trust Maul though?
no?
Like, it's a no-win situation because you can't really trust Maul. Like, it's like,
Mm,
come on, it's Darth Maul. Like, he is quite literally, he's not helping anyone but himself. He is
no.
being his same self, but he's not the Empire. But that doesn't
Yeah.
mean we should just join him because he's not the Empire.
Mm.
But I don't know. But yeah, I like it. It's a good area of interest. It is a little like, I'm still trying to figure out exactly where we are because I'm like, I've really been keeping up with like Bad Batch and stuff like that. So I don't know if we're like right after that or it's a little further, a little later. It's
It's
not really
I
said, I don't
assume
think.
it's like at least a year or two after the Empire fell, but I don't know exactly how far. I assume not super far, but not like 10 years, but maybe,
Right,
at
right, right,
least a
right,
year or
right.
two.
Yeah, because I mean, we're not in like Rebels territory because that mall definitely seems older,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's definitely. I mean, but even here, he definitely feels older than he did in Clone Wars. Not like older, but like he just kind of. I don't know, his demeanor seems slightly older, and
Yeah.
like his legs are, like there's a scene where his legs kind of give out a little bit, so like
Because I know that those legs were formed somewhat with, the Dathomirian magic. I wonder if
right.
it's a thing where he, like, because the Night Sisters are all dead, he can't, like, re-up
That's
the magic so they'll eventually fail him.
that's kind of what I was thinking too. Kind of has like an expiration now that Mother Talzin's dead, so
Yeah.
like maybe. But also, then again, I feel like I don't know. Then again, wouldn't he lose his sanity too? Well, then again,
He,
you're arguing he had sanity to begin with.
yeah. I mean, am I crazy for feeling like the Darth Maul that's in this show and, Clone Wars in general is just a wholly, completely different character than the Darth Maul that showed up in Phantom Menace?
No, I mean that's completely yeah. That's I mean we did it with Anakin. Why don't we do it with
Yeah,
Darth Maul
that's a
too?
very good point.
Because let's be real. I mean that's
Yeah.
they just completely rewrote his character and just didn't say anything.
Because, like, yeah, that Maul had, like, one line, maybe a couple others in deleted scenes, one line in that movie, and then his fighting style is completely different. His
Yeah.
just demeanor, his posture, just everything is so different in
Then
that in
again,
that movie.
yeah, but then again, if I got cut in half, I would argue and then was spent years going crazy. I'd
Yeah.
probably change a few things too. Maybe do less. I'd probably do less flips if I got cut in half too.
Yeah.
But you know,
So,
but
yeah.
yeah, I mean they did pretty much, and it's obviously for the better because it's like, well, you weren't using them, so like you might
Yeah.
as well. But
And it could be
it's
even a
still
thing
just
where, like, I could kind of hear a retcon of, like, oh, when she, did the thing to let him regain his sanity, they essentially sent him back mentally to, well, kind of to before Sidious, like, got to him. So maybe I don't know. I don't know if that makes
I
sense.
mean, I think it is plausible to believe that he has always been like this, but he had his place. You know what I mean? It's kind of like
Yeah.
a lot of people you don't, it's like people act a certain way until until to get to a certain point, and then
Mm,
they're like, okay, now that I got the money or now that I got the stats or whatever, now I can be me.
mm,
It's like maybe that was for him. It's like, well, as long as he's here, I'm gonna stay in my lane.
yeah.
But now that he's clearly does nothing to do with me, I can just be myself for no whatever.
Mm, yeah.
But
Regardless, like, I can't remember. Sam Whit. No, what's his name? What is his name? Why
oh
can
yeah,
I
no,
think
you're
of
right.
the Sam Whitmer? Whit.
It's a Whit. What is it?
Whit
Whit
uh,
Sam something. I think it is Whitmer. Hold on. Yeah, Sam Witwer. Yeah, you were
Okay,
right.
yeah, him. Amazing job. Like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, he just puts just so much just passion and effort into voicing him. Apparently, even like whenever he's swinging his lightsaber, the sound is him screaming.
I know. That's so okay, but that's so cool because like that's one of those things that like not only just sounds cool, makes for unique sound design, but also like I'm not gonna say it's like canonical, but like kind of makes sense with the new way they do lightsabers now.
Yeah,
Like he just pours all his hatred into it to like bleed crystals or whatever, if that's what they're doing. So like that kind of makes sense.
yeah,
So it also just sounds really cool. And of course, the choreography is amazing. Some very unique kills, and this is interesting. And
yeah. I will say the first episode had probably too many chase scenes. There's like 3 or 4 different chase
yeah,
scenes. Like, I know it was a longer episode, but I feel like it was only that because there was like, just I like a good chase scene, but I feel like having multiple in a row and 30 minute pan just felt a little monotonous. But yeah, it wasn't like the worst thing, but when I'm watching Star Wars, I kind of want to see something that's a little more unique to Star Wars, not just there's another chase scene, you know?
yeah, I get that. Which it does make sense, but I mean, I think also just to establish, like, we're in the era of running. We're in the era, Jedi are not safe. Maul's definitely not safe. Like, we
Yeah.
gotta kind of just run on. I also think it's interesting how Maul gets people to like work for him. It's like the gangster guy, the
Hmm.
little blue guy, and I'm just kind of like, I get he's gonna kill you, but it's like he's actively putting you in situations to die. Also, so it's like
Yeah.
I feel like if you don't escape, you're kind of just waiting for him to kill you anyway. Because he's not gonna not kill you at this point.
Hmm.
But then again, I've never seen Maul in real life, so I'm not gonna pretend I would be at the balls to
Yeah.
try anything either.
Hmm. Um, I feel like this show, I know you didn't finish all of Bad Batch, probably for the best, but I feel like this show is just overall so far a lot more focused on what it actually wants to be. I don't know how many episodes the show is. I assume 12,
Supposed to be 10.
10. Okay, that's
Yeah,
good.
so it's gonna be 2 episodes every week up until May 4th, which is the finale. Because of
Good.
course.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, yeah, like I said, I've only seen 3 episodes, but I still feel like this show has a much more um, clear direction as to what it actually wants to be doing, as opposed to Bad Batch, which had a trajectory and then just veered off of it, got boring for a
Yes.
season and a half, and
Yep.
then last season it got a little better, but it still didn't quite do what I thought it was doing, and then ended.
Yeah, it's hard. I feel like this show will be better about that. One, because, you know, Maul is kind of the main focus, and because of that, it'll be easier to stay focused
Hmm.
because his goal is kind of not unattainable, but like it's something we can work towards for a long time. It's like, who knows how long it's going to be to track down all his enemies and take over this system or kill an inquisitor or two. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's always
Yeah.
going to be something. And apparently, it's been confirmed for season 2 already. So
Okay.
here we go.
Yeah.
But so we're going to be doing something. So whatever happens is not going to be the end. But,
Mm.
there's, with 2 seasons already in mind, maybe he does take on this Padawan and she becomes his, like, dark apprentice, or
Mm.
maybe they do join him in some capacity and they're kind of this rogue, kind of like Ventress in that one Padawan for a little bit, but for a longer period.
Yeah. Yeah. That could easily be like I would watch that, obviously.
I would definitely watch. I mean, we already are. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. And I think just sticking with comparison to the Bad Batch, just it's just inherently a more interesting concept because the Maul is
yes.
inherently a more interesting character than these 5 weirdos I don't really even know.
Right. And we
Outside of
also
Echo, who
have
isn't really the same character.
yeah, and we
Yeah.
also have like way more history with Maul because we have multiple arcs of Clone Wars. We had a whole, we've got a lot of stuff about
Mhm.
Maul. We know his character. We know where he's going. We know where he's been. But we like him a lot. He's a lot, he's a more likable character. And like you said, like, it wasn't kind of just a couple of ragtag characters that got thrown together. Like, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, we talked about it, but it's like, if Bad Batch had have just turned into Rex getting the boys together to run it back with the clones, that would have been a way
Yeah,
better show.
that's what I thought it was gonna be after a while. And it
Literally.
didn't do that. Like Cody showed up and then he stopped being like, he just was like, why even have him in there at all if you're not gonna actually use them?
Literally. But,
Whatever.
it, they could still make that show, though.
Yeah, especially since I know that all the games, all the books, all the other canon stuff that was quote unquote canon before Disney bought them, that was all thrown away. But like there are several different stories that go pretty in depth about what happened to the clones after the war,
Mm-hmm.
and they just didn't do that. Like
Yeah.
it looked like they were maybe going to, and then just didn't. I
Yeah,
really
they
don't know
kind of
why.
started to and then just kind of forgot about it and then moved on to stuff we don't care about.
Yeah, but
But I mean, but again, that means it can still be done, and I think that's the thing I'm kind of hanging my hat on. It's like, okay, like we can still get a show to like because we don't really know what happened to the clones. Like that's still up in the air. So yeah, maybe we do find
yeah.
out. Maybe there is a whole thing. Like, I mean, we know Camino got destroyed. That's about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like that's consistent, but like the way it got destroyed is a little different depending on the canon, but like it
Yeah.
still, did get destroyed either way. We did see a clone in the Obi-Wan show. He's a much older clone,
Yep.
obviously, but he was there. Um, I thought there was. I feel like I remember at some point there being at least a rumor that an old Rex was going to show up in the Ahsoka show, and from memory, that didn't
That did
happen.
not happen.
No.
No, I mean, the
Yeah.
most we got of Rex was him in the flashback sequence or
Right. That
whatever.
might have been with. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. But
Again, still a possibility.
yeah.
As long as we got D. Bradley Baker, we can make as many clone
Yeah.
shows as we want. So,
True. But yeah, I'm absolutely digging the show so far. Definitely a lot more engaged in it than I am. I've been a couple of other. Even I feel like some of the like one-off little like 6 episode little like arc things they do, like the Tales of whatever.
mhm.
Even some of those, I'm a little more engaged with this than those. Some of those are fantastic, but like some
Yeah,
a little dull.
yeah, but it's like they answer little questions and show little areas of interest, but it's like, what? Like I'm still waiting for Tales of the Clones. Like that's gonna be the big one, and like that's the one I expect to kind of make some real answers and some real
Mm,
because it's always been about like the clones were a huge part of why the Clone Wars was a success in the first place.
yes, and I almost kind of feel like that concept, Tales of the Clones. This might sound crazy, but I almost feel like that could probably like maybe should be like the swan song for like Star Wars in this style. It is like it started with the Clone Wars and it should
Never,
and no,
never
like I don't
stop.
think it should, but that's just kind of the vibe of if I were in control of this, I feel like that would be like that's how I would end it with a clone
Okay.
focused thing. But they should do it anyway. Like you don't have to do that. They should just do it.
I'm at the point where I'm just like, I feel like you just anything that's not a movie, just do it in Clone Wars.
Yeah,
Because I don't know, that's why. Because I'm like, it
like
looks amazing. You can do so much more, and also like it's still Star Wars, so you can go to any era you want. You can pick characters you want. You can even
mhm.
get. I mean, you know what I mean. We don't have to stay in this between 3 and 4 era. We could go like, hey, what was Luke up to in the episodes? Like, what was he doing? I mean, bro, Mark Hamill don't like voice acting. Come on, bro.
Like
Like,
you can see how
like
his training between episode 5 and 6. We can see what he was up to.
literally.
Him building up the temple and like all. It's just there's a
I'm
lot of
saying.
time that we could spend with a lot of different characters, and I would argue that even shows that exist, like Ahsoka and like The Acolyte, would have been way better received if they were in his art style.
Highly agree. I mean, I think Ahsoka, I'll give it a pass because I think it does look. I think it was cool to get Ahsoka in live action,
Yeah.
but and also it was an excuse to get Hayden Christensen back. But I feel like the Acolyte probably would have been better, like in animation. But I also feel like that. I feel like because it was just kind of its own thing, it had less to stand on. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of interesting decisions with that show. I don't disagree with all of them. Some actually were pretty cool, but
Yes,
others, well,
not so much.
yeah. um, but yeah, it's it's one of those things where every now and then a show or a movie or whatever is announced, and everyone collectively is like, yeah, that'll be cool, and then it comes out, and you're like, that was cool.
That was cool. Yeah, yes, literally. Yeah. Right,
Star Wars
I think, yeah.
doesn't always do that. Like some are like, why is this being made? Oh, that was cool.
Literally.
We really want this. Oh, that wasn't very good. Like it's kind of there's really a middle ground there.
Every now and again, it's like 10 out of 10 idea, 10 out of 10 execution. Love it. Give me, take my money. And then, because, I mean, it's been as advertised. It's Maul being awesome. He's doing a lot of cool stuff. And, it's there, it's not holding back on anything. The action's still there. It's a good story so far. Like, I mean, I'm not sure how they're going to land it. I'm not sure where it's going to go. I have faith it'll go well. And, apparently it's another season. So, there's more to come, which I love. And it's like, and again, it's Dave in his bag. It's Sam Whitmer, like, being, excellent. And, he loves the stuff as much as anybody. So,
yeah, looking forward to watching the rest of it.
Absolutely.
Something else I'm really enjoying and very much so looking forward to watching the rest of it, Daredevil Born Again Season 2.
Cooking.
I know that people were very down on Season 1, kind of for good reason. There were a lot of it had a very tumultuous development.
Yes.
But clearly now that the people that should be making the show are making the show, it's really good again.
So back. We are so back, man. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like it just feels right. You're like, okay, I've been here before. This feels like classic Daredevil. Like the fight scene, the choreography looks really good. You love the themes. Everybody, it just feels right.
Yeah, it is mind-boggling to me that the people that were originally making Born Again Season 1 didn't even want Karen or Foggy in the show at all. Like, they had to bring in the original people that made the original show to have them in, like, a flashback episode and then, like, a couple of bits in the last episode to have them in the show at all. And those were obviously reshoots with a different, like, lighting and different, like, style to them, pretty much. Because Season 2 just, like, I'm not going to say that, like, I'll kind of circle back to this other point in a second, but like the characters that were added in Born Again Season 1 that are still around, like actually I like them a lot more this time around. But I really liked Karen in the original show, and I like her just as much as in this show as well. Kingpin and Vanessa are both, especially Kingpin, they're so they're so good.
It's just perfect.
One like minor thing about this show is I feel like as good as as Daredevil being Daredevil, as good as that is, I still really liked the courtroom drama aspect of the original show and the courtroom scenes of Born Again Season 1. I did like that. So it's a little like disappointing, I guess, that like we can't really get those now that the Matt Murdock side of him isn't really a thing, at least in this season right now. But that just means more time for Daredevil stuff, which there wasn't a lot of that in the first season, so that's fine.
I mean, listen, I'm not trying to be that guy, but the show's not called Matt Murdock. That's all
exactly.
that's all I'm saying. We love Matt, but we like Daredevil more.
Yeah, kind of. But yeah, like, but the like lost side of it we do get with the characters that were introduced in season one, who I hated almost all of them a lot. Like Cherry, did not care for that guy. The what is that lady who is his like attorney partner lady? I cannot remember her name. Whatever. Her. She didn't have a character last season, but here she actually like her.
Yeah, actually wrote her.
The psychiatrist lady, Heather, I think, the one who Matt was dating in the first season, but now is like Kingpin's attorney, kind of,
Yeah,
or whatever, or like counsel person. Yeah. Again, she basically didn't even have a character last season, and now they're doing a lot of very interesting things with her, and I actually kind of um, engrossed in like engrossed by what they're gonna do with her, because her like having these visions of views and just like you know seeing him and that like kind of affecting her psychology while kind of doing what she can to undermine the swordsman's trial. Like I don't know, that's I like that.
mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot going on, and it's exciting because it's back in the hands it needs to be, so to speak, and because of that, I'm just like, let them cook.
Yes. I'm really enjoying Matthew Lillard's CIA character guy. Just the little freak who's just there just to annoy Kingpin.
Yes, and doing a great job.
Like I don't really know where they're going with him. I heard one theory that he may not even be real. Like
What?
I don't like. I think that was a theory I heard before episode 4. Yeah, but there's evidence against that now. But I don't know. That would have been funny, but regardless, I just like Matthew Lillard so much. I'm okay. I really like him being here.
Does a good job and everything.
Oh, Bullseye. Point like after everything that happened with season 3 of the original show and then last season, it is just so cool and interesting that they in just one episode they were able to just completely turn me around to be like, I hated this character, like in a way that the audience is supposed to hate him because he's clearly a villain, to like right. I really like when he's on the screen now. Just him, like him being him in his own way, thinking he's a good guy to kind of counter Matt's, like kind of like moral vigilante justice style thing of like, yeah, I hate these, these like these what are they called, the anti-vigilante agent people. I hate them, but like I'm never gonna at least intentionally kill them. Like that's not my thing. We can do this without doing that. And Dexter's like, I don't care. I was just gonna watch the whole room of them.
Yeah, which is like kind of a fair reaction because it's like, on the one hand, it's like, yeah, I mean that you're just kind of a bad guy, but it's also like, well, I mean they're also trying to potentially kill you, so
yeah, it is. It's very funny how there's been multiple different kind of major scenes where a bunch of those like Asian people get killed, and in all of those, that one main agent guy who's like the head agent, he's just not there. Even though I feel like he would have been there to take down Matt. He should have been there at the boxing match. Like I feel like there's a couple of different times when he should have been front and center, and he just conveniently wasn't. But
I mean,
we'll get him
listen, bro.
eventually.
For now, bro has plot armor until he's probably gets the worst death of them all. Probably.
Probably. I will say, as much of an improvement I think the show is over the last season, they still need to do something about all the fog and the bloom lighting, and just the way the show looks could definitely be better. It's not as bad as it was last season. I feel like last season
the aesthetic.
But
no, it's not. I mean, it is, but
it is. The original show had just such an interesting art direction to it, where almost everything almost had like a yellow filter over it that, like, I think kind of
grimy.
Yeah, it kind of worked for what they were going for. But then this show, everything looks like more like blue tinted, which is fine. But then you have like every time there's a light source, just fog and bloom lights, and just like things where sometimes you can't even see what's going on. Like it works. There's like a couple of shots where Matt, in the first season, where Matt was sitting in a courtroom, and like the way the lights were shining through windows made it clearly look like, oh, it was supposed to kind of evoke the imagery of him sitting in a church. I get that, but when every single set and every single shot has those similar light beams coming through windows, you kind of lose that specific imagery when, oh, just everywhere looks like that. Like, it doesn't really evoke the same thing. But I do think it looks better this season. There's been times when I've noticed it a little more than I would like to.
Yeah, it could still improve more.
Yeah. Matt's new suit looks really cool, like the black with the actual symbol. That's neat. The one like tracking shot fight scene in that holding center.
So good. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they always do these like long shots, or like one camera, just like, it just. I mean, that's what they do best. I mean, also like story writing, but like, I don't know, the choreography for the fights is always just S tier in my opinion. Like it looks so good.
Yeah. I don't necessarily love especially when a TV show has those like movie aspect ratio. I don't really know why Disney Plus insists on having every show look like a movie. Like, it's a TV show for a reason, like whatever. But this show specifically using the aspect ratio to its advantage. Like when he's actually using his powers, it gets to the bigger ratio. And there's one point when his send some kind of like sonic blast at him, and it like made the aspect ratio like change just like violently. Like that was
yeah, making you kind of feel how jarring it was for Matt too.
Yeah, so that's cool. I really, really like it when visual medium is able to experiment with its way it's literally showing the showing the story too, and I really appreciate that.
It's really innovative cinematography.
Yeah. Anything else just about the show in general that
it's just really good. And I mean, like you said, we kind of have a lot of good stuff coming out just as the weeks go on. Just lots of great stuff, and it is a large part of it.
Yes. Yeah, because obviously Daredevil and the Maul show on Disney, then you have on Amazon, you have both The Boys and Invincible going at the same time. You could have not done that, please. Actually, like, I'm way behind on The Boys because I have the Invincible and other stuff to watch. Like,
right. It's okay. Just avoid spoilers. It'll be okay.
I know.
Don't be like me and accidentally scroll too far and then find out, oh God, he did what? And
I just don't know why. I just like, to an extent, for Disney having Maul and Daredevil going at the same time, it more or less makes sense. I wish they were on different days. Like when Disney Plus originally started, they had like Marvel, let's say Marvel Fridays and Star Wars Wednesdays or vice versa. Whatever, they
Yeah, I
had
think
different
that was
days.
right. Yeah.
And then they were like, no, everything's releasing on Thursdays now. And then, oh, actually Tuesday and a Wednesday and a Friday. Like, just
Well,
right
the
with
mall part
it.
makes sense because they're trying to line it up with May the 4th. So like that, I give you,
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. But
but they also could have just put Daredevil on a different
yeah,
day.
Daredevil did come out first, and
That's what I'm saying. But
that's
like,
been the
but you
Disney Plus
knew
spot
that
for a
though.
while now. But
Like, I mean, Daredevil came over, but it's also like, but it's not like you couldn't go next door and be like, hey,
yeah,
what day are you releasing Star Wars?
for whatever reason, like these streaming services just insist on releasing all of their shows, no matter what it is, on the same day at the same
Mm-hmm.
time. Like, it, it's not
I
basic
mean,
cable. You can like, it's not basic cable, but I still feel like you should kind of view it as like a similar thing where you don't want to release shows at the same time so that people can move.
well,
Like,
yeah, but I guess it's like, I mean, kind of like they used to, because I mean, with shows, they used to do that all the time. They would have like, double features, like, oh, 7 o'clock is, Lost and 8 o'clock Survivor or something like that. So, like, maybe it's kind of in the same vein of like, okay, you can like double feature if you want.
yeah, I
Because I
guess.
know a lot of people do that with Invincible and The Boys.
Yeah, but kind of what I was getting at is that I feel like Maul and Daredevil, it works well enough being on the same day because one's
Hmm.
animated, one's live action, one's Star Wars,
Yeah,
one's Marvel. Like they
they're
are
not
different.
super the same.
Yeah, there is an overlapping audience, obviously, but it's not
Absolutely.
100%. Whereas
Yeah.
I know The Boys and Invincible, one's animated, one's live action, or vice versa,
Yeah,
whatever. But
but
like,
it's the same people.
it's this, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Most
it's
people who like
like
one like the other.
the
Um,
Venn diagram's a circle. Let's be honest.
yeah.
Like,
So when you release one episode of Invincible and then 3 episodes, or at least 2 episodes of The Boys premiering on the same day, it just feels like you're doing too much, especially when you should know that there is other
mhm.
competition out there. Like I said, I haven't caught up on The Boys yet because and there's a third episode up today that I just haven't seen or yesterday, whatever. I don't even know when it came out, like because I've been watching other stuff. So yeah,
Yeah,
I
I mean, it's one of those things that, like, yeah, but also, I mean, we're still gonna watch
it'll
it.
be there. It will be
Like,
there whenever I can get to it. Like it's
that's what I'm
because
saying.
it's
It's
not
like,
basic cable. It'll be there. Like I'm not
I
missing
think
it.
that's the thing too. It's like we know that it's like on, streaming, so it's not like it's going anywhere.
Yeah.
Like we can watch it whenever you're ready. It's fine.
I okay. So I think here's kind of where my argument is maybe strongest. So in the day and age of social media and like the need to like get viral moments and clicks and everything,
Hmm.
when you have multiple very very high profile shows releasing at the same time, I feel like there's a much higher chance of one getting buried and like there's not really as much opportunity for, let's say, for example, there's not as much opportunity for The Boys to just completely overtake the entire Twitter or entire hype cycle of the day or week, whatever.
Right.
When you have another show that people like more also coming out on the same day.
Yeah, but it's also like, I mean, I don't know. It's hard. It's like they're gonna like you're gonna watch them. Like, and it's also like you're compete, and also it's the competing with yourself thing too. It's like,
Mhm.
oh, are they gonna watch Maul first or Daredevil first? Like Disney Plus cares. Like, you know what I mean? It's like you're gonna spend Monday on my platform. That's all
At the
they care
same
about.
time, um, over the past 2 or so weeks, maybe it's just because my Twitter algorithm is just a little screwy, but like I haven't really seen anybody talk about the Mall show. The most I've seen people talk about the Mall show is them commenting about how no one's talking about the Mall show. Yet it's weird because it's apparently trending higher on Disney Plus. Like it's apparently getting more views.
Yeah, it's like number one right now.
And Daredevil's number two. yeah, I see more people talk about Daredevil. Again, it might just
Well,
be my Twitter algorithm, but just
yeah, but I mean, you could argue Daredevil as a whole is more popular than just a small Darth Maul spinoff show. Because I mean,
yes,
this is like Daredevil, like I mean, this is the second season of the comeback show for the
yeah.
original show that was also very good. So, not to mention, he's also been in like he was in Spider-Man. People are like, "Oh, is he going to be in Avengers?" He's not, probably not. But I mean, they don't know that. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I
I feel like it's like because it's in the MCU, it's like become required watching because if you miss the reading on one thing, because last time people didn't watch Daredevil, they're like, "Who the heck is that guy?" So now everyone's like, "Okay, well, let me watch Daredevil, let me watch the Punisher, let me watch everything because the Punisher's in Daredevil and he's gonna be in Spider-Man, so
Mhm.
now I have to watch Daredevil or
Yeah,
something." I don't know. I think Maul's one of those shows that people are gonna talk about it more when like the big episodes happen because it's only
that's
on
true.
episode 4. Like where like stuff is happening, but like what I mean. Like there hasn't been any like whoa, I didn't see that coming yet. Like everything
Yeah,
that's
there hasn't
happened
been
so far,
any big
you kind of
cameos
called
or like a huge like major lightsaber fight or
right.
like
Nothing
story beat.
yet.
Yeah.
Like nothing that I was like shocked. Like everything that's happened so far was you could have called it before the show came out,
Yeah.
but we're only 4 episodes in.
Mhm. Yeah. Where yeah, I do kind of feel like the other three shows do have each individual episode does kind of have more stuff that's more I don't know, I guess
More
um
bigger.
yeah, just has more to talk about, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, Invincible's almost done. I mean, they only have one more
Yeah.
episode. The Boys, this is the final season, so every
Yeah. Oh,
episode's
yeah, that's another thing.
huge.
Because it is the final season, I also find that a little weird that they don't want it to be its own thing. Like, Invincible's going to get
Yeah,
more, but this is the last thing of the like at least the show
yeah,
called The Boys. So I'm surprised they didn't space it out like at least a week
that
after
is a
Invincible ended.
that is a good point also because yeah, that feels feel like you're kind of not shortchanging it, but it's kind of like you're not going to give it your undivided attention. I don't know what. There's got to be some reason because I'm noticing streaming services doing this a lot, and it's kind of like maybe it's because of like just the amount of engagement they get at one time gets them more money versus if people just watching it sparing. I don't know, but
That's probably it.
because of the fact that
Yeah.
multiple streaming services are doing it at the same time is so
Yeah.
interesting. Because it's like,
Huh.
why did you all wait till now to drop stuff?
Hmm.
But yeah,
That's
there's
good.
probably some kind of. Cause I don't know how streaming like money even work. Like, how do you even how does it determine what gets like I know it's like number of streams obviously, but there's got to be more to it than that.
Yeah, because obviously with Amazon, like the vast majority of the vast majority of the people who have Amazon have it the ad tier. I watch it with ads.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine there's some kind of like kickback the show or whatever gets depending on how many ads you watch per episode. But most people that watch Netflix, most people that watch Disney Plus don't have ads. So what does one view of the mall show mean for Dave
There's
Filoni or
got it,
whatever?
yeah.
What does that
I'm
mean?
sure there's like behind the scene contracts. So if the Disney Plus app is like actively open and streaming for more than X amount of time, then there's a multiplier effect of some kind. Like, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So there's got to be
Right.
something like that because I mean we don't know how streaming even works in the first place. Like how do we? I mean, what you get $5 for everybody time somebody watches the show? Like you don't know.
Is it a thing where I'm really just guessing here? Is it a thing where like they take all of the like every subscriber that was subscribed during the month of April, they take all of that money and then obviously pocket some of it, but then distribute it to the show people based on a
Maybe
percentage of views?
Maybe
Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's like YouTube rules. It's like however many people are subscribed, yeah, for each month or each thing that comes out as a whole. That's just how much you get.
But then people that just like buy the year, like I did, like every November, I just buy for the whole year. Like how does that? How does
Yeah.
that go?
Well, I guess like you're still subscribed, so that still counts as one. Versus like if I go monthly, that's just one for each month. So it's
Yes.
like I don't know.
Mm.
Who knows? We're not.
Yes.
That's not our job. I'm not gonna worry about it.
Yeah. Regardless, it's I'm not. It's not like I'm complaining that there's too much stuff out. Like, you
Yeah.
know,
Oh
like,
no. How dare I?
I'll, obviously I will get around to watch. Like, yeah, I'll get around to it. It's just,
Yeah.
you know,
It's
I
just
want
like
to whenever I'm sitting, like whenever a show is out, I want to be able to mentally put all of my, you know, all of my thoughts and all my effort into just watching that thing. But you know, it's it's fine. I watch the good things when I have time to watch the good things. So. And luckily, all the
well,
things I've seen so far have been actually pretty good. So,
yeah.
yeah. Invincible ends next week, so we'll definitely talk about
Yeah, but
that.
yeah, we're gonna have a lot. We're
Here.
gonna have a lot to talk about. I can feel it just because already up to this point, and then I haven't even seen yesterday's episode, which from
Mm-hmm.
what I've heard was ridiculous.
Pretty.
So lock in, man.
Mm-hmm.
We're just doing this thing.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you want to bring up or discuss before we sign off?
That's all I've got.
All right. So with that, we'll see you all next time.
Take care.